Our first grant recipient is Elder Law and Disabilities Rights Center. The center fills the justice gap through free and low-cost services to low-income seniors and peoples with disabilities. Our grant of $12,500 will partially fund the hiring of another full-time attorney. Brooke Weitzman, directing attorney and co-founder, is here with us tonight. Brooke.
Thank you so much. We're so excited to be here and so honored to receive this grant. For other applicants who are here, this was our third time applying, and so definitely keep applying. And it was over the course of that was a really great opportunity for us to get to meet and get to know so many of the partners who did our site visits each year and who worked with us through the process. And of course, a special thanks to Randy, who kept sponsoring us when we kept applying over the course of our we've only been open 5 years, so we're a relatively new nonprofit. So over the course of our first 5 years. But in that time, the Elder Center has really been a driving force in locally in Orange County, rethinking the approach to the housing crisis, really moving from a place that was criminalizing poverty to a place that is really investing in evidence-based solutions, saving lives and saving money. And as a kind of critical part of that process, we filled the unique role of both using litigation as a legal services organization to remove those tools that municipalities were using to criminalize, but also partnering with municipalities and so many other organizations, including many who are here, to work toward real solutions, to make sure that we were supporting those solutions, and to help make sure that they were having the best possible outcomes for our clients. This was especially critical over the past year and going into the next year with the pandemic, that we saw record rates of deaths in our streets. And we also saw record rates of funding coming into housing related solutions, where the first time we saw real investment in non-congregate shelter and in getting people much more quickly than ever before into housing. But as they get to that point of housing, people so often run into legal barriers. And that's one of the places where we step in and we partner. And so with this grant, we'll be able to expand those services. I just want to give a couple examples of ways that has come up even just this week. So I just thought, what are things this week that have come up that fall right under what this new attorney will be doing as we expand services? So in the past week, we had a woman who had quite a few misdemeanor charges for property in public places. She has significant disabilities, and she had been approved for housing, but couldn't get through the last step because there were warrants for her arrest, because due to her disability, she had not made it to her court dates after these property in public. So we were able to clear all of those cases, have them all dismissed, and get her on the path to moving into her housing. We also this week got to see a longtime client who we've been working with for almost the whole 5 years we've been open, who we've done similar, of course, now the dogs bark, we've done the same thing with, and we got to see him move into his housing, which is just such an honor to be able to see people that we've assisted with removing those legal barriers finally move into their housing. We published an update this week for the lawyers of Orange County on non-congregate shelter to get the word out about what's happening as part of our advocacy work. And we met with a coalition that works on the intersection of domestic violence and the housing crisis to try and come up with ways to address the folks that we're seeing who run into a legal issue trying to regain custody of their kids, because the system we have in place doesn't really accommodate for people to transfer from singles places to families places while they're getting custody. And finally, we met with the Orange County Court this week and made some real strides on rethinking homeless court and the way in which it could be driven by our providers and the needs of people enrolled in it. So we're kind of working on everything in this unique approach, from helping people on the street to clear those last legal barriers and get into their housing with their housing navigators, to really rethinking the system using tools from litigation to advocacy to partnering with the exact same folks we're sometimes suing, which makes for some unique relationships, but lots of great work. So thank you so much. We're so excited and honored to be selected. And with this grant, we're just going to be able to do more of all of those things in the coming weeks and months and year.
Thank you, Brooke. Congratulations.